Well, with the actor strike currently over, I can get back into trailer reactions, and of course, after I had that thought and set it on a stream, multiple trailers come out in a day, right back to business as usual. All right. I've got a couple I got to do today. Well, I don't have to, but I'm going to. We're going to start with the first trailer for the second season of Marvel's What If. And I'm going to give you the heads up right now. I didn't really like What If. I don't like the animation style that they use. I've never liked that animation style. There were some good individual segments, but by and large, I did not care for it. And I didn't like how they had it actually build to a grander story at the end. I'm like, this is just supposed to be fun larks. Just let it be that. And most of them didn't do much for me, but let's try and be fair. Let's take a look at this. Let's see what's on offer this time, shall we? Come on.
This kid puts on quite a show.
I have eyes on the target. He does not look all that threatening.
Do they have a sound-alike
Looks
for
can be deceiving, Your Highness.
T'Challa?
Are you sure you do not want any backup?
Ah, I'm great with kids.
And that does not sound like Paul Rudd at all. That's odd because they had a lot of the actors doing the voices before.
You thought the story was over,
Hella.
but it was only just beginning.
And they do have Jeffrey Wright back as the Watcher. He's got a great voice. I'll give him that.
Normally,
Okay.
but things have gotten a little twisted in the multiverse.
Yeah, no kidding. That Tony. Don't do that. I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter.
Who is this handsome dog?
Okay, that one got me. I suppose it doesn't matter as much bringing Tony back for things like this. I just 9-episode events. Well, I don't know if I've gotten used to the animation or if they've gotten more dynamic with it. Or if they're just putting all the emphasis on the action scenes, which is where this animation tends to look better, is in action.
I've been looking for you for a long time.
Oh, we're keeping evil Doctor Strange as part of this?
Be careful.
Okay.
I don't think I can bear to narrate what might happen next.
See, I roll my eyes because that was one of the less interesting ones to me. Well,
Darcy, we got a code red. The Avengers Tower's been overtaken.
On Christmas? What is this, Con Air? No, wait, Under Siege? No. Oh, that's not it.
Hey, John McClane, focus.
all right. Well, came away basically feeling what I thought I would. You can't really gauge too much about what the specific stories are going to be in there. Obviously, you know, we're seeing T'Challa still, probably a sound alike. During the editing, I have now noticed that it appears to be Killmonger who is in the suit and not T'Challa. So disregard any comments about that voice. The Ant-Man did not sound like Paul Rudd at all. Like to the point of being so far off that I'm like, is the what if in this case, what if a different person became Ant-Man other than Scott Lang? I don't know. That threw me off. It was nice to hear Jeffrey Wright's voice. He had a good voice and he's a good presence as the Watcher, so like I'm down for that. As I mentioned, the animation style, while I don't like it and never have, I will readily admit it looks way better when stuff's in motion and in action scenes than it does when they're standing around talking. That's when it looks real bad. And they were smart in assembling this trailer and putting a lot of emphasis on the action scenes. Does that mean that action will be the primary emphasis in the thing itself? No, not necessarily. In fact, probably not. There's probably going to be a pretty decent amount of talking. Other than sort of my eye roll at seeing evil Doctor Strange come back, there wasn't anything there that made me fully, I mean, seeing Tony come back, it's just, I know that the eventual point at which it is clear that Marvel is truly desperate and is running out of options is the point at which they bring back Tony Stark or Steve Rogers with Chris Evans and or Robert Downey Jr. in the parts. When either or both of those things happen, Marvel's really, really on its last legs. And even though obviously I doubt they're going to have them do any voicing, but even just having them appear in this, like, this is not that. This is its own separate weird animated thing that requires no acknowledgement. But even like just vaguely gesturing at the idea of bringing them back, because I know that'll be a sign of the end times for the whole MCU experiment, at least as it has existed up to this point. As for the evil Doctor Strange, like, I just didn't like that story. I just didn't think it was very good. So the idea of bringing him back and having it be like, oh, he's a pivotal thing. He'll be like the thing we returned to from the first one. I'm like, okay, all right, I guess. I mean, I suppose conceptually, Doctor Strange is a better character for jumping universes and keeping around. I mean, like, as is evidenced in Multiverse of Madness, much as I have soured on that movie over time and didn't even like it that much when I saw it the first time. But at least as a character, having him be somebody who jumps, or a version of him be somebody who jumps, okay, yeah, fine. I mean, there was no Marvel Zombies this time. That having been said, we haven't heard anything in a while about a series based on that. I really hope that falls apart. I really, like, I'm over zombies in general, and not only have I never liked Marvel Zombies, I kind of hate Marvel Zombies. Although, again, to be fair, I liked the What If version of Marvel Zombies better than the actual comics version of Marvel Zombies, but that is not saying a lot, and saying I liked it better does not mean that I actually liked it in the abstract. But I'm kind of tangenting now, because ultimately, I don't have that much to say about this thing. It looks like more of the same. I don't know if I'll do episode-by-episode reviews on this. I suppose I kind of have to, because you can't... I mean, I suppose I could wait till the whole thing's done, then like do a ranking of them or like a summation, but I don't know. It feels like the kind of thing you kind of need to take each piece individually, unless they're building to a bigger story again, which they probably will, because they did it last season, even though it did absolutely nothing to benefit it. And by the time that was done, I was just like, okay, can we be finished now? But they'll probably do it again anyway. You might have noticed a general lukewarm tone from me on the MCU right now. Season 2 of Loki was great. I'm going to continue to remind myself of that for as long as I still have feelings of joy for that finale of season 2. So that's got to have to sustain me for a little while, I think. We'll see. What'd you think of this trailer? What'd you think of the first season of What If? I'm actually really curious about that, because at the time I felt like one of the only people going, I don't think most of these are very good. And I kind of got dogpiled at times. Like, I liked one of the ones that everyone else decided was bad, and I disliked most of the ones that people were like, oh, it's good though. And I'm actually really curious as to where people land on the first season of What If now that there's been some time and distance, because either I'm still the outlier and everyone thought it was mostly good, or people have slowly drifted more in my direction, which has happened more than once, where I've been the outlier going like, I don't think this is very good. And then over time, people eventually go, yeah, no, I guess it wasn't that good. And I don't know if that's the case with first season of What If or not. Feel free to tell me. But if you want to support what I do, Patreon pays the bills and enables me to do this as my living. Even if you can't help me out that way, like, share, subscribe. Those all help me out as well. Don't worry too much about it, though. Take a relaxed attitude here, so just come on back next time you need a break. I gotta now do the trailer for Madam Web. Time to thank some patrons, and this time I'm going to say their names as if I'm greeting them, welcoming them to a party. Robin Moore, Zuman Lafula, Goddess Elida, Tarak, the thing that goes doink in the anime, Ruth, Gozer the Gozerian, Oliver B, Solitary Pictures, Ulrich Bogdan, Melinda Walters, Jen, Auntie Kate 808, Becky Sparks, Phenomenalax the Poodle, Robin Powell, T Love, Tracy Scrabbit, Angry Casperl, Dave Hall, Rosalind Bennett. Have fun tonight, and thank you for your support. I don't know why I decided to do that this time, but I don't know. I'm having fun.